In this video, we are going to find out center of gravity or center of mass for the different bodies. So first solid we will consider as a cylinder. Here is the cylinder with radius capital R and height is h. Now how to find out its volume? So volume for the cylinder is this area of the base circle multiplied by height, that is equal to pi r square h. Now we will plot the center of gravity point. So its a location we have to plot on this axis passing through the center of the circle. So here I will plot the center of gravity and its a distance from the base is equal to h by 2. So we have to mention this. Now how to find out x coordinate and y coordinate for this center of gravity. So for that I will draw here x axis and y axis. So here is the bottom line, that is known as x axis. So because this is the three-dimensional diagram, so I have made this line passing through the center of the base circle, but it is at the bottom surface of the cylinder. So this is known as x-axis and this vertical line is y-axis. Now we have to draw two perpendicular lines. One is on y-axis and second is on x-axis. Now this horizontal line is known as value of x and this vertical line is known as value of y. So what is the value of x? So x coordinate, that is equal to radius of this cylinder, that is capital R, and y coordinate is equal to h by 2. Now we will move to the next solid, sphere. So for sphere, it is having radius r, then its volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now how to find out center of gravity? So it is the center of the sphere. So if I draw here one horizontal line, then the point of intersection is the center, that is the gravity G. So here I will show G. Now if I draw horizontal line and vertical line, that is the axis, this horizontal line is known as horizontal axis x and this vertical line is known as axis y. Then we know that the distance of this G from any point on the sphere, that is equal to r. So we can say that the value of x, if I draw two perpendicular lines on x-axis and y-axis, then value of x and value of y, that is equal to r. So we have to mention this. Now next solid is cone. So cone is having base circle with radius r and the height from the center of the base circle to the apex is equal to h. So how to find out volume of cone? That is equal to, if we observe, that is equal to volume of cylinder divided by 3, that is 1 by 3 pi r square h. Now how to find out center of gravity point? So it is at a distance equal to h by 4. So if I say this is the center of gravity point, then the vertical distance, so I will take here from the center of this base circle. So this distance equal to, so this distance equal to h by 4. Now how to find out x coordinate and y coordinate for this center of gravity? So again I will draw one vertical line, that is the y-axis, and horizontal line as a x-axis. So this is the three-dimensional diagram and that's why I have drawn x-axis passing through the center. Now from this G, draw two perpendicular lines. One is on x-axis and second is on y-axis. So this horizontal distance, that is known as x, and value is equal to radius of this base circle, that is capital R. And the vertical distance is value of y. So this value is equal to h by 4. solid hemisphere. So for hemisphere, how to calculate its volume? So if we observe, volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube and hemisphere is the half portion of the sphere. So we have to divide this with 2. So if we divide it with 2, then it will become 2 by 3 pi r cube, and this is the volume of the sphere. Now how to calculate, how to find out center of gravity point? So if we observe for this circle, here is the center. Now we have to move in the downward direction from this center, and here is the point G, and this point G and the distance in between this point G and the center of this circle, that is equal to 3r by 8. So we will mention here, this is the vertical distance. So this distance equal to 3r by 8. 3r by 8, where r is the radius of this circle. Now how to find out value of x and y for the center of gravity point G? So I will draw here one vertical line, that is known as y-axis, and from this bottom point I will show here x-axis. Now if I draw two perpendicular lines, one is on x-axis and second is on y-axis, then this is the value of x and here is the value of y. Now if we observe how to find out value of x, so it is equal to radius r of the hemisphere. So we will show here radius r. Then how to find out value of y? So if we observe from this center of this circle, which is at the top, up to this bottom point, which is the x-axis, then this vertical distance is equal to radius r. So r minus this distance 3r by 8, that is the value of y. So I will write here r minus 3r by 8. Next solid is cube, whose each side is equal to a. Then volume of cube is equal to a cube. Now we will plot center of gravity point. So it is at the center of this cube. So I will plot here point G. Now how to find out value of x and value of y? So I will draw here one vertical line, that is known as y-axis, and from the center of this side I will draw one horizontal line, that is known as x-axis. Now if I draw two perpendicular lines from this point G, then this horizontal distance is known as value of x and this vertical distance is known as value of y. So this G is at the center of this whole cube. So this vertical distance from this bottom side up to this G is equal to a by 2, and this horizontal distance is also equal to a by 2. So value of x is equal to a by 2 and y is equal to a by 2. Next solid is cuboid. If we observe this diagram, here is the length, this is the width and this is the height. So volume is equal to length multiplied by width multiplied by height. So we will write here L, B, H. Now how to find out x and y coordinate of center of gravity? So the center of gravity G is at the center of this cuboid. So I will show here the location of G. Now if I draw x-axis and y-axis, so y-axis is at this surface and x-axis is at the bottom surface. So I will show here this axis passing through the center. So this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. Now I will draw here two perpendicular line, one is on x-axis and the other is on y-axis. So this horizontal distance is known as value of x and this vertical distance is known as value of y. So how to find out this x? So if we observe of this total length L, this is the distance from the center G. So x is equal to L by 2. And how to find out value of y? So this is the total height h. So y is equal to h by 2.